Good morning and happy Monday to everybody. My name is John. I'm with FNP Wargamers, and I'm doing a quick show before I go to work. I've gotten back from a very relaxing weekend visiting family, doing some shopping, and watching some really, really bad Hammer films. And if you haven't seen a movie called Upgrade, that's on HBO, or if you have Amazon Prime, and you have the HBO app through there. Watch Upgrade. Very exhilarating. Very, oh my God, I have no idea what's going to happen type of film. Very, very, very awesome. I'm just going to be honest with you. Very awesome. My family and I were just on the edge of our seats. So I'm not going to waste too much time here. Let's get on with talking about this weekend. Okay, so I did try to do a video for my iPhone just to give you all an update, to be courteous. And man, I looked like I had been drugged through the streets. I looked bad. I was rough, feeling rough, long drive, beard. So I've had a chance to shower. I had a chance to shave, feel good. And it's Monday. I'm happy it's Monday. So we got things we got to cover. I'm not going to cover too much because tomorrow will be more of a better show. But I wanted to address to you a little bit better about these release schedules. So I've got and I don't want to give out the source because I think if I give out that source, it's going to reveal his or her source, which could get them in trouble. So there was a spreadsheet going around online this weekend. I think it was Friday, Thursday, Friday, whatever. And of course, everybody jumped on it, and rightfully so, because it showed the release schedule, right? Showed the release schedule for the rest of the year from Games Workshop. And let me tell you, it was a doozy and an eye-opener. A lot of the initial dates were way, way off. I'm going to tell you right now. And then we finally got everybody got their act together instead of jumping on the bandwagon, going, "Oh, we got this information." Nah, 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 nah. People started to get a more refined view of it, get the correct dates. So I'm going to go through, talk about the stuff that we predicted was going to come, stuff that we knew that was going to come, and give you guys more of a more accurate timeline if you haven't seen that online. And if you have, great, just follow along and yeah, I knew. I saw that. I saw that days ago before you did. We had this information last week. We were just waiting to report on it. Some people got it before we did. We got it late. No biggie. So let me start out with saying we knew that Sisters of Battle were coming sometime in November. Early reports that I had was November 19th, which did not make sense because that would have been let me do math here, a Tuesday release. So I was like, no way could it be the 19th. And I was like, okay, well, maybe they're wrong with, the 9th. The 9th made more sense to me. I was like, yeah, the 9th. The 9th would have been a good one. So it has to be the 9th. There's no other way because they said that it was going to be in November, and I immediately thought it was going to be the beginning of November. Why not start off the month strong? Not taking the time to coordinate with or pay attention to what Ski was saying is that at the end of this month, the Osiark Bone Reapers were going to release. So I was like, man, and my brain wasn't wrapping around it. I was like, man, how are they going to do those two releases together? Not thinking they weren't. They could just push it back. And what a great opportunity to have a huge Black Friday sales spike by releasing those on the 29th. So, boo-boo on my part. I apologize. And actually, I don't even think it's released on the 29th. I think that is when the pre-orders are going to happen. Big, man, I feel dumb. I feel really, really dumb about this. In fact, I think, yeah, there it is. Yeah. So it will release on the 20. Okay. so I don't get carried away or I get ahead of myself, let's do this. Let me make sure the image is up. All right, good. The image is up. So Ski was right, and I was right too. We said that November was going to be a weird kind of release month. We're going to have a junk week with a bunch of random stuff. Then we're going to have a nice solid week of all the new Space Marine stuff to finish out the supplements and the rest of their model kits that needed to come out, which we have. And then they were going to announce the OCR Bone Reapers. What we did not anticipate was the Feast of Bone, I think it's called, box set. I think Ski mentioned it, but I was not anticipating it, or I think between the two of us, we were anticipating there's going to be a big box release. It was a surprise that they did it this way. We were hoping, I think, or at least thinking that there was going to be a huge release, like 2 or 3 week release of OCR Bone Reapers, and that was going to be it. The fact that they are leading off with basically a double release is really amazing. I think that's marketing-wise, it's great because they're getting more customers in store, because there's going to be people, I don't care about the OCR Bone Reapers, but man, I want those sick ass ogres, that Maw tribe. So releasing those together with their battle tomes and their War Scroll cards and scenery to boot was just a stroke of genius. It's a really good marketing, good job, Games Workshop. So now everybody that likes those two armies, I mean, it really increases the amount of people that are going to come into your local gaming store or the Warhammer or Games Workshop store and buy. I mean, that's really, really good. This double release thing is really cool. They've been doing it with the Space Marine supplement, so kudos. Now, this weekend will be the release of all that new stuff, and it's also going to be the pre-orders for the 9th, as we know that they always do on those Saturdays. So I'm not going to go through this litany of things, but I can tell you, with the exception, I'll tell you the two things that are not related. And then, I mean, there are a lot of stuff. I think there is 9 novellas that are coming out. There's the Red Gobbo promo model. It's going to be around between $30 and $40. I don't want to say because I could get in trouble. The Dark Millennium playing cards, which I think were released before at a limited time or for a limited event. Now they're going to be available for anywhere from $15 to $20. And then it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 of the OCR Bone Reaper kits. 10 of them. 10 kits. Those are characters and battle line units. And then there's going to be 2 new pieces of terrain, the Storm Throne, Hallowed Storm Throne, and the Penumbral Storm Vault. Then we got paint handles, the spray stick, which let me show, and the paint handle start collecting pack. Let me show you those things real quick here. So boom. First of all, you're just going to get a colorized. I hope they don't increase the price because they colored it. But you got this paint handle coming, and it's going to be that red color for your special characters. I don't know how I feel about that, but hey, whatever. It might make you paint faster because it's red, and we all know red goes faster. So then there's going to be a lovely, lovely bulk, essentially a start collecting pack of the paint handles. If you are not rocking about 5 paint handles, then you might be doing something wrong, because I think everybody has 5 paint handles or more. So that's going to be good. And the price, let me see if I can pull up the price real quick here. Paint pot holder. Nope, that's not it. There we go. 5-pack. Actually, that is a discount. You are getting this 5-pack for less than you would if you bought 5 individually. So I'm a little disgruntled there. Then this glorious thing, I'm going to try to blow it up here on the screen. All right, cool. Let me get my image out of the way here. Kabam, it's just tucked me down there underneath me. That's weird. So this thing is going to be, basically you slide your models in there. It looks like those are rubber bands, so it kind of helps, or probably real thick rubber bands. And there's a handle, basically it's a great way for you to prime a whole bunch of models. I mean, most of us would put sticky tack or painter's tape and hold down our models and spray. Well, this way, this is genius. I'm buying this because this is freaking perfect. Well done, GW. You got some money out of me for a nifty little contraption. And looking at this, you can see that the spacing here is going to allow you to be able to put on bigger models. So it's not just these bigger and smaller models. This is great. Good job, GW. Good job. Another quality product for building and painting models. You guys are running out of excuses now to be able to build and paint your models quickly and efficiently with stuff like this. What are they calling this? The Citadel spray stick. This is not April Fool's. This is not April Fool's. And these paint handles and the contrast paints, you have no excuse, ladies and gents. No excuse to unless, of course, you're not physically capable, and then I understand. That's totally understandable. The spray stick is less than $20, going to be worth it. And as I predicted, with all these amazing articles that they've been putting in White Dwarf, mainly about all the different games since they restructured the White Dwarf, all the game content from all their systems, Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warhammer 40K, I said they're going to condense it all at the end of the year into a nice big book. And sure as heck, I was right. White Dwarf Apocrypha is coming. Less than buying all those books, and it's going to have all that rules information in it. I like being right. I mean, I was a big guess, but it was, fan favorite articles, including the first ever tale for gamers, the gallery covers, and much, 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 much more. My only guess, or the only thing I don't know, I should say, is if it will have those rules in it. I'm very positive it will. If I'm wrong, man, that's going to be egg on my face. I will shave my beard. All right. Let me check something here. Good. We got people watching. Let's get on to the other bit of stuff. So besides a bunch of novels, a variety of some tools and stuff to use, the Red Gobbo miniature, and pretty much the entire, or the rest of the OCR Bone Reaper. And I'll let Ski go over all that on his show. I don't want to take that away from him. Let's go into some more confirmation. Now, you guys do need to realize that any of this information that has popped up in those articles is technically considered rumors until Games Workshop reveals it. But it's fairly accurate given the sources. But treat it as rumors, just in case it's wrong. So, and then on the 9th, that starts pre-orders for the next wave. You know how I feel about the Middle-earth strategy game. Good game, and I'm going to sneeze, and I apologize. A good game, but I'm just not a big fan of it. But they've got a variety of stuff coming out, reasonably priced. It looks like a bunch of good, evil kits, reasonably priced, under $30. I don't know what the content's in it. White Dwarf will be on the 15th. And then we get Necromunda. Now, we reported probably well over a month ago that Zone Mortalis was becoming a plastic kit. And then we saw at Spiel over the weekend, or last week, that Dark Uprising, the next box set, which is a hefty, oh my goodness, price. $290 US is the approximate value. Could be Canadian, so that could be a little lower, but right now it's $290. This is their big box. This is like whenever they put out the Grand Master Edition of Adeptus Titanicus and Space Hulk. Now, looking at that box, you are getting at least $80 in regular miniatures, and then probably about $300 in nearly $300 in the terrain, because you're looking at about $60 to $70 for the different pieces of that terrain, which is going to be sold separately. They're called floors and bases. The bases are probably what you can put your guys on, the decorative bases to put your miniatures on. But the floors, I don't know what that is, but it's an awfully pricey box. I'm not gonna lie, that is a pricey box. Even with me having an employee discount, woo, baby, that is a big price. I'm hoping. Oh, you know what? Well, it does have the U.S. dollar symbol in front of it, so it's probably $290. Sorry, guys and gals, it's going to be expensive. So, with that said, it'll be worth it if whether you play Necromunda or not, because the kits itself are going to be absolutely amazing. I suggest that you split it with people. But this is what I call a junk week. It's not that the product is junk. It's just nothing. I'm going to stop calling it junk week. I'm going to call it the specialist week. We have our 40K weeks. We have our AOS weeks. And then we have our specialist weeks. There we go. This is going to be a specialist week drop. So it's all Necromunda, a bunch of novels. It looks like one hardback, 2 hardbacks, 3 hardbacks. Oh gosh, that's a whole bunch of hardbacks. A bunch of them in French. So looks like about 4 or 5 novels. All the Zone Mortalis, Necromunda stuff, and then of course the Middle Earth and our White Dwarf. So it's a specialist weekend or week drop. So a nice little break, and the week after is going to be another light break. Let me check the calendar here. It says 16th. Yeah, that's the 16th release. So there on that weekend, we're going to see the pre-orders for the following weekend, the 29th. This is weird. Oh, I'm sorry. No, correction. The 16th is going to see the pre-orders for the 23rd. Yeah. So this is going to be another odd week. Now, this is the one I need to stretch on. This is going to be a weird one, folks. There's a bunch of Inquisitor stuff coming out. And at the retail paint storage system, whatever that is, 2019. There's not even a price attached to that. That might be just something for us. I don't know. So this is weird. This is really weird. I went ahead and took a look online at all the different assassins and inquisitors, everything else, to find out the pricings of stuff. And I don't know if this is a price increase or these new models in plastic. I don't know what's going on. But we have Imperial Confessor Krenov, Witch Hunter with a Power Sword, Witch Hunter with Inferno Pistol, Witch Hunter with Plasma Pistol, Demon Hunter with Grimoire, 2 Demon Hosts, Vindicare Assassin with Exitus Rifle, Calidus Assassin 1, Eversor Assassin with a Sword, Coluxus Assassin 2, number 2, not 2 of them, as releases. And they're all around $20 to $25, which are more than what they are in the web store. So I don't know if this is going to be a web store release or this is actually going to be a release in store, which will be really weird for them to go, hey, we're going to move this stuff that's going to be going to Warhammer Legends. We're going to be taking it from, well, I'm assuming Warhammer Legends, from the web store. We're going to put it back into circulation. We're going to do an increase in price and sell the fine cast models that we've been moving away from back in stores, which would be in time for that White Dwarf that came out the week prior on the 15th. It would make sense for all this to happen, but that's a weird one, guys. Is it new sculpts? It could be. I really don't effing know. I'm going to dig into this. In fact, this is going to be, since I like the Inquisition and I hate them, I am going to this is going to be my focus right here. You can't see it on my screen when I'm touching or I'm pointing at, but that's going to be my focus over the next week. I'm going to be reaching out to my people. I'm like, what the F is this? Tell me. Give me screenshots. Tell me, is this plastic? Is it just reprints? Is it the fine cast? What is going on? Because that is a weird release. Now, on top of that, And that could just be not a retail release. That could be, hey, we're going to be putting these up on the web store for a limited time, and then that's it. But why the pricing? I don't know. It's very freaking weird, and it's bothering me, especially these different versions of the Assassins. My opinion on this, it's the original models that are fine cast that are either going to be sold in store, unlikely, but they're going to be made available on the web store at this increased price, right? Increased price to go along with the November White Dwarf. So, which is going to be featuring the Inquisition. It might be a good opportunity for them to sell more alongside that White Dwarf. So that's something that I'm looking at, thinking that White Dwarf, that November White Dwarf, is got to be chock full of great information for gaming and lore for them to try to push these models. That's something to think about. Anyways, this would be more of a special this week also because it's very light on mainline stuff. We're also seeing the Rippa's Snarlfangs. That's for Underworlds. And then a whole bunch of sleeves for the different Beastgrave things and a Beastgrave... excuse me. Gosh darn it, why can't I think of it? Beastgrave, the Underworlds game. And then there's a book, and there's a Beastgrave gift pack. No idea what that is. Man, I really don't like not having this information. All right, so here's the big one, so I can round out this show, which I got about 3 minutes. I'm trying to keep this really short. All right, so the 23rd is going to be your pre-order date. Now, your stores are probably going to have to pre-order probably the 18th of November for what's coming out on the 29th. This is going to be huge. The 29th is actually a Friday. Normally release days are Saturdays. What is the 29th? Black Friday. That is why this is going to be revealed. Now, here we go. Start collecting Chaos Space Marines. Start collecting Primera Space Marines. Both boxes finally getting redone, which means your local stores will probably be having to send the other ones back to get credit. There's a Chaos Space Marine Sorcerer coming. I don't know if that's an old one, if it's a new one, just repackaged. Probably a new one. And as we said, near the end of the month, when we said that sometime during this quarter, which goes between now and January, that we would be seeing Psychic Awakening 2. And we didn't know what the tempo was going to be like for this. And we thought it was a little odd if they would go 3 months in between each. They are now going every other month. So, on the 29th, Psychic Awakening 2, Faith and Fury drops, alongside a very long-awaited box set called the Sisters of Battle launch set. It's going to be pricey. I already warned you guys. Don't think it's going to be $150 or $160. It's about $200. We predicted that. We expected that. No surprise, especially considering you are getting a little bit more than a start collecting. You are getting more than a start collecting box because you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 model kits. 25 models, but you're getting 5 model kits. So you're getting more than what you thought. And when we priced it up, it's almost a $300 or $250 value just for the miniatures. All right, so you're also getting that special limited edition codex that's only going to be in that, from what I've been told. That is coming on the 29th. That's a release date, not a pre-order date. That's a release date. So still in November. Good jobs, Games Workshop. Along with Psychic Awakening 2, man, you guys are going to be... Make sure you guys come by the Atomic Hobby Shop. Trust me, you're going to want to. Now, we've got 2 or 3 books. There's a new Kill Team box coming out, but that's for retailers. All right, and then that weekend, and I'm almost done, guys. I swear to God. And then I got to get to work. We're going into December's releases. So that 30th of November is our next wave. And here it is. I'm going to read these all out to you just so you guys have some more verifications, because this is from a good site. This is not or from a good source. Here's what you're going to get. And boys, some of this is going to be a doozy. Some of this I'm still a little leery about, but I'm going to go ahead and roll with it. I'm going to go ahead and trust it. Still treat this as a rumor. So for the 7th of December, is that the first weekend of December? Yes, it is. This is weird, guys. This is really effing weird. So here's the box sets. Stormcast Eternals, Exorcism, Soul Strike. Night Haunt, Court of the Craven King, Gloomspite Gets, Craven Shroom Loons, Skaven Corrupting War Swarm, the Chaos Space Marine Battle Force, Drukhari Battle Force, Blood Angels Battle Force, Tyranids Battle Force, Space Wolves Battle Force, Towel Battle Force. Why do the 40K guys not get some awesome names? Why do we get Battle Force? And Gloomspite get the Cave Shroom Loons, or the Court of the Craven King. What the F? Come on, man. You could do better than that, Games Workshop. You got all those name generators. Anyways, those are all under $200 or $200 or less. I'm going to say between $160 and $200. Oh, there is an Adeptus Titanicus Knight Battle Force. I don't know what that is, but it's very pricey. So expect a lot of knights. And now here is the kicker, guys. We knew that Psychic Awakening, this is what we reported on months ago. Psychic Awakening 3 was going to be centered around, centered around Blood Angels, very likely the Tyranids, and possibly the Necrons, because of the whole Shield of Ball situation. But it looks like it'll probably, that was a bit of a stretch. But what are we getting into December? Mephiston. And he is sitting about $40. Is this the old Mephiston, or has he become a Primaris Mephiston? He's got the new pricing for all the Primaris Space Marines, so it's very likely he just got Primaris, which would be, he's better be freaking awesome, dude. I tell you, better be unbelievably awesome. We have some repackaged Tyranid stuff, Termagant Broods and Hive Tyrants, which is cool. That may lead a little bit more into what's going to be happening with Psychic Awakening 3, which is going to be released that weekend as well. What the F? What the F is going on? It's called Blood of Baal. And all the information I see here with the UPC code for books is there. The pricing is there. What the F? Chapter approved, same weekend. Kill Team Annual, same weekend. 1, 2, 3, 4 books that weekend. God dang, they are hammering us. So pay attention to pre-orders, because stores are going to have a hard time keeping up with this level of releases. So you are going to want to pre-order at your local store to secure your copy. Trust me. Because Games Workshop, between November, the first weekend of November, all the way through December, are going to be getting hammered. Stores are going to be getting hammered with expensive holiday releases. So they might not carry as much as you would expect, and you're just hoping, oh, I'll get it. You know, they'll have it. They might not. So pre-order it. Save your money and pre-order. We've been telling you to save your money and pre-order. So the last little bit I have is for the 14th. So this would go on pre-order on the 7th. And this is a, what's my term? Specialist weekend. It's a weird weekend, actually, not just specialist. So that's going to be your ogre team. Lots of, there's a chaos dwarf team. There's all sorts of Blood Bowl stuff coming out for that weekend. There's a bunch of, what the heck? I just saw something. That's a reprint. We're going to see a bunch of Lord of the Rings, Battle for Middle Earth, or War of Middle Earth, whatever it's called. And there was a snazzy one. I'm going to let Ski cover this. Both surprised us. Slaves to Darkness. There's going to be four things for slaves to darkness. Then there's a whole bunch of Warcry stuff. Iron Golems, Untamed Beast, Corvus Cabal, Cypher Lords, The Splintered Fang, and The Unmade. All with increased prices. So I don't know what this is, unless it is their new packaging with larger warband size, because as you can add on to your warbands, if you start off with those earlier warbands, you didn't have enough if you were playing the campaigns, and you would have to turn around and buy a new box. So this might be added models. That's what my guess is. Bunch of terrain. Warcry Tome of Champions finally coming out. Blackstone Fortress Annual, and then 1, 2, 3 books. So a lot is happening. A lot. So my suggestion to you all, because I like you guys and gals, you do some amazing things for us, and I really appreciate all of our Patreon supporters, all of our YouTube supporters, because I'm going to upload this to YouTube. Really, come on over. Hit that. Let's see here. I'm always getting this wrong. So let's see here. Left hand. Subscribe. There we go. Remember, left for the right side of my screen. Left for right. So hit that subscribe button. If you're an Amazon Prime member, ladies and gentlemen, you can subscribe for free once per month. If you guys want to subscribe some more to help the channel out, that'd be awesome. Speaking of the channel, before I get off here, because I'm definitely over my time, but I'm going to beat, if you notice, my time's getting shorter and shorter. I'm getting better at this. We are actually, all the FMP members are going to be meeting here within the next week or two. We're developing a new plan of the different types of videos we're going to be doing, from live to produced videos. Sorry. New audio content, new advertising, the whole works. We're basically increasing the quality of our videos, and we're going to be increasing the tempo of them. So not these long ones, this is not going to be long, but none of my long-winded ones, except for maybe once or twice a week when Ski and I do a big news show. And then we're going to have a variety, basically a variety show. Maybe 15 to 20 minutes. We're basically going to increase the tempo and the quality of our videos for you guys, because you deserve it. You've supported us all this time. Yes, we've got also contests coming up to give for giveaways. We're going to be really upping the overall quality of our show. We're at that viewer level now that people are starting to recognize us at events, or want to do video or split video times with us. It's been really cool, or not split video time, but basically work with us and stream in studios. I mess around with my screen. Sorry about that. So we're very excited about our future with this channel and everything that's coming up. My studio, I finally picked out the right paint. Now I just got to get all that crap out and then get in there, lather that paint on. I know that's not how you put paint on, but I'm going to get it on there. And then we're going to figure out how to do the green screen or blue screen. And then, at least the home shows are going to do that. And if it works well, we're going to get that set up at the studio. It's going to be a bright future. It might take us a month, but going into the end of the year, beginning of next year, FMP Wargamers is going to be becoming a staple on the market, and you guys are going to love it. You guys are absolutely going to love it, especially when we start inviting you local people, or even if you're visiting Houston, Texas, to join us on the show, join us in the studio for some live games. So with that said, my name is John. I'm with FMP Wargamers, and I have probably beat most of my times by 15, 20, 30, 40 minutes, an hour. So with that being said, enjoy your Monday. It is Monday, and don't have a case on Mondays. Enjoy it. This is the start of a brand new week. Really, really enjoy it. If you've been having a rough time with the meta or tournaments and you're just frustrated, walk away. Embrace the week. Go watch something on YouTube. Go paint. Just get away from whatever it is that made you have a bad weekend and start the weekend off right, or start the week off right. Enjoy your Monday. You deserve it. And God bless you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us up here. Patreon supporters, thank you so much. You guys are fantastic. And I will talk to you guys on Tuesday. What will I talk about? We will see what Mr. and Mrs. Smith have to drop for me today. Have a good weekend, or a good